Busy Howard is ready. He's answered his do now question. Okay, once you've finished it, I have a point to Slytherin and Gryffindor and Ravenclaw. Awesome job. When I say go, please, if you would like to share, raise a silent hand. Raise a silent hand and tell me, what are some ways you could describe a character? Ready, raise a silent hand if you know. I'm going to give a little thinking. Ready? Millie, go.
You can describe you as
Smart, funny, intelligent. Great job, Millie. Thank you so much. Go ahead and track Howard. Go, Howard.
Dudley and his dad are both fat and not brave.
Okay, you described Dudley and his dad. They're not very brave and they are pretty heavy, right? He got his little sticky tail. Okay, who else? See, one more. Let's hear from Drake. Tracking Drake. Go,
You
Drake.
can describe people as ugly or beautiful.
You can describe their physical features, right? They could be ugly, they could be beautiful, they could be tall, they could be short. There's lots of different kinds of ways to describe characters, right? When I say go, please go to the vocabulary. Ready, set, go. Vocabulary is to jostle. We did this one yesterday. So underneath, because now you have the word jostle. And it's to come in rough contact while moving. So Ishmael yesterday made a good connection to football, actually. You kind of jostle through the field like this. Well, what I want you to do now is draw a picture of jostle. What does that look like? What might this visual look like? Okay, you have, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do this. 2 minutes to draw jostle. Okay, I have a point to every team because every team is drawing nicely. What does jostle look like? What kind of visual is that? Good job, Jordan. Good job, Anaya.
This is pen.
Awesome job. And Rain's hands are in star because he is done. He knows those directions. Fold your hands in star when you're done with your drawing. I have 2 in star over here, 1 in star over there. Almost this entire table in star. Finish up your drawing. And silently tracking me. Almost there. Almost 100%. Good. Millie's in star. Bria's in star. Awesome, you guys didn't even need 2 minutes. Good job. So in your own words, what does the word jostle mean? Raise a silent hand and tell me, what does the word jostle mean? I'm going to take one from this table. Howard.
Like
In your
jostle,
own words?
Jostle means to move somebody out of the way, like when you're walking, like you can like excuse me and move them around.
Yeah, you're kind of jostling through people. Good job. Here's a picture for you of the word jostle, just so you can see what it might look like. Raise a hand if you want.
Especially the white ball. I do that.
Okay, so you can see them going through the crowd kind of like that, right? That's what jostling might look like. All right. Oh, yes, Millie? Sure. Millie wants to share her picture, so let's track Millie. Go.
Can you show it? Oh, I see
Howard. Step number 1, Millie. Tracking these silently and writing. Writing. Great job, Rain. Great job, Howard. Great job, Jaquame. I have a point to Gryffindor. Number 1 is to recall major events. So not the little things that happen, but the big things that happen. Number 2 is to recall how the protagonist, remember, or the main character, reacted to the major events in the story. And Howard, can you read number 3 for me, please?
Determine character traits based on repeated behaviors, actions, or feelings that were described during key events.
Okay, so determine the character traits. So you have to actually make sure that they're happening throughout the story. So how does Harry react the first time? How does Harry react the second time? How does Harry react the third time? These become repeated behaviors which help you determine their character traits, okay, and who they are as a character. And number 4, please, Nicole. Describe the character.
Describe the character. Paraphrase details from the text.
Good. Paraphrase details from the text. So not an entire long paragraph, right? But paraphrased in your own words, what does the character do? Awesome, Malik. Thank you for your participation. Go ahead. Number 5.
Explain why the character is described this way using evidence from the table.
Good. So not just Harry did this, but here's why this is his character trait. Okay? So I'm gonna show you this example, then we're gonna begin reading. Here's the example. Oh, raise a hand if you needed more time on that. Okay, you have about 10 more seconds.
Dang! Yes, it was a G class.
Okay, when you're done, both hands and start. First team in star with every word written gets a point.
It wouldn't be 10. That was 10 last year.
Last year.
And let's see. Oh, I didn't say pick up the book. I said hands and start, just like Bria, just like Millie, just like Rain, just like Jaquan, just like Lily. Good job. Okay, so we should be done writing this down. I'm going to show you a quick example. Keep your hands in star so I know that you're really paying attention to what I'm saying. I'm going to go over this super quick example. Gabby, I can come back to it if I need to. Here's my example. Here's how I would write this. Rain. Ready, set? Okay, go. Malik, read the first sentence.
Oh, Hagrid is a supportive character.
He saved Harry in the beginning of the novel by rescuing him from the attack and bringing him to the Dursleys. Go, Drip. He risked
his life to support Harry's future.
Good. Hagrid also defends Harry when Uncle Vernon is mean and nasty. Go, Anaya.
He shows support by not allowing others to treat Harry in a negative way and by helping him reach his potential.
Awesome. So what I did here was I followed those steps. I said, okay, what does Hagrid usually do in all the situations? Okay, well, he saves Harry, and he helps Harry try and have a better future, right? So these are the characters. What is his pet? Harry has an owl.
Oh.
But what does Ron have? There's 5 more hands. Nicole.
A rat?
He has a rat.
Because
Does anyone
his
remember-
brother Percy gave it to him.
Does anyone remember what the rat's name is? Howard.
It is Scabbers.
Scabbers the rat. Okay, and
Yeah,
it's fat and
that's
gray, right? And it doesn't do much. It's just kind of chilling there. It's fat gray rat. Okay.
And sleeps.
Go ahead and go to page 105 at the top. And following along when I say go. Ready, set. 105, Jaquame. And go. He rummaged around in his trunk and pulled out a very battered looking wand. It was chipped in places and something white was glinting at the end. Unicorn hairs nearly poking out. Anyway, he had just raised his wand when the compartment door slid open again. The toadless boy was back, but this time he had a girl with him. She was already wearing her new Hogwarts robes. Has anyone seen a toad? Neville's lost one, she said. She had a bossy sort of voice, loads of bushy brown hair, and her rather large front teeth. Pause. What kind of character trait would that be? Social, emotional, or physical? Raise a hand. Social, emotional, or physical? Bria. Physical, yes. Amazing job. Those are physical character traits. You're doing great, Jordan. We've already told him we haven't seen it, said Ron, but the girl wasn't listening. She was looking at the wand in his hand. Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see it then. She sat down. Ron looked taken aback. All right. He cleared his throat. Sunshine, daisies, buttermellow. Turn this stupid fat rat yellow. He waved his wand, but nothing happened. Scabbers stayed gray and fast asleep. Are you sure that's a real spell? Said the girl. Well, it's not very good, is it? I've tried a few simple spells just for practice, and it's all worked for me. Nobody in my family's magic at all. It was ever such a surprise when I got my letter, but I was ever so pleased. I mean, it's the very best school of witchcraft there is. I've learned all our course books by heart, of course. I just hope it will be enough. I'm Hermione Granger, by the way. Who are you? She said all that very fast. Pick up Millie, please, loudly and clearly. Harry looked at Ron.
Harry looked at Ron and was relieved to see by his stunned face that he hadn't learned all the course books by heart either. I'm Ron Weasley, Ron muttered. Harry Potter said, "Are you really sad?"
Hermione.
I know all about you, of course. I got a few extra books for background reading, and you're in modern magical history and the rise and fall of the dark arts and great wizarding events of the 20th century. Am I, said Harry, feeling dazed?
Okay, he just found out that he's written in all sorts of wizarding books, right? And his reaction again after all of this is, I am? Really? He's amazed. I just hope it will be enough. I'm Hermione Granger, by the way. Who are you? She said all that very fast. Pick up Millie, please, loudly and clearly. Harry looked at Ron.
Harry looked at Ron and was relieved to see by his stunned face that he hadn't learned all the course books by heart either. I'm Ron Weasley, Ron muttered. Harry Potter said, "Are you really sad?"
Hermione.
I know all about you, of course. I got a few extra books for background reading, and you're in modern magical history and the rise and fall of the dark arts and great wizarding events of the 20th century. Am I, said Harry, feeling dazed?
Okay, he just found out that he's written in all sorts of wizarding books, right? And his reaction again after all of this is, I am? Really? He's amazed, right? So he keeps acting this way, and if it's a repeated behavior, that tells us what about his character? What would you say? Every time he's like, oh, you're the best wizard, and oh, you have magical famous parents, and oh my gosh, it's Harry Potter. How does he react every time to that when it comes up to him? What is his regular reaction? Howard?
He gets surprised.
He's surprised. Millie?
He gets confused.
Confused, yes, and I?
Oh.
Were you going to say one of those? Okay, surprised and confused. Would you guys say that he's like, oh, I know, I'm Harry Potter. That's right, I'm Harry Potter because I'm the coolest wizard ever. No, he's not cocky, right? He's kind of like, wow. Maybe humbled would be a good way. Maybe he's not like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm the coolest wizard ever, right? He always just takes it in. So that tells us something about his character. Okay. Goodness!
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't you know? I have found out everything I could if it was me, said Hermione. Do either of you know what house you'll be in? I've been asking around, and I hope I'm in Gryffindor. It sounds by far the best. I hear Dumbledore himself was in it, but I suppose Ravenclaw wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, we'd better go and look for Neville's toad. You two had better change, you know. I expect we'll be there soon. As she left, taking the toadless boy with her. Whatever house I'm in, I hope she's not in it, said Ron. He threw his wand back into his trunk. Stupid spell. George gave it to me. Bet he knew it was a dud. What house are your brothers in? Asked Harry. Gryffindor, said Ron. Gloom seems to be settling on him again. Uh-oh, gloom. Remember, that's like a sadness. Gloom seemed to be settling on him again. Mom and Dad were in it too. I don't know what they'll say if I'm not. I don't suppose Ravenclaw would be too bad, but imagine if they put me in Slytherin.
Ravenclaw's good.
Top of 107, please pick up Bria. That's the house. Well,
That's the house covering? Well, I mean, you know who was in. Yeah, said Ron. He flopped back into his seat, looking depressed. You know, I think the end of Scabbard's whiskers are a bit lighter, said Harry, trying to take on one of houses. So, what do your old brothers think that they left anyway? Harry was wondering